What's going on, y'all? Olympus Gaming back again with another demo impressions video. Unlike my other two, I really wanted to take my time with this one. I didn't want to rush and do it because I really wanted to play this demo multiple times to kind of get a full idea of, kind of the points I wanted to, make clear here. So I played it a total of 3 times. I played it twice off stream, offline, and then I played it once on Twitch last night. And if you guys want to see that VOD, I will put a link in the description for you to watch that. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So if you don't know, this is the second game in the Hyrule Warriors franchise, but it is not connected to that game, at least from what we can tell. It's not connected to that game at all. And it's actually a prequel story to Breath of the Wild. So if you were ever curious about how Hyrule got into the state that it got into, and it kind of ties up a lot of the loose ends, this is the game that you need to play. Now, on a side note, and once the eventual review for this game come out, because I do plan on doing a review, when the eventual review for this game come out, I want to kind of touch on more of the story, as it unfolds. As of now, it's pretty early to tell. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say, from a story perspective so far, I absolutely love the production value here and the way that they're going about storytelling and the way that they're doing these cutscenes and having the voice acting and the music. The way that this story is being presented, I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite Zelda titles just from the way the story is being presented as a whole. What's very interesting is that, the fact that they're putting this story with a whole nother gameplay style, because there's a lot of Zelda fans that I know personally who love the mainline Zelda games, your Ocarinas, your Majora's Mask, whatever, but never wanted to touch Hyrule Warriors due to the difference in play style. But now that they're like kind of putting like a very interesting piece of story material in a Hyrule Warriors game, it kind of merges those fan bases. I'm gonna be interested to see like how people feel about that, once the final game is released. But the story wise, as far as the way they're presenting the story, is fantastic. And I even made a comment on my Twitch stream that they need to, other Zelda games, I would not mind if they took some beats from Hyrule Warriors and presented their story in the same way, because the way that story is being delivered, it keeps my attention more. It's more cinematic, you know what I mean, with the voice acting and everything that goes into that. But I won't spend too much time on the story. Just say it looks like it's going to shape out to be an interesting story overall when the final game drops. Now, as far as gameplay, that was one of the main things I was looking forward to with playing this demo, because I am a huge fan of the original Hyrule Warriors. I played Hyrule Warriors when it came out on Wii U. I also have the Switch version, the definitive version, and I played hours upon hours upon hours of those games. So I kind of know, I kind of know what to look for with Hyrule Warriors, and what to look for as far as improvements. So right off the bat, and I don't want to start this off on a negative note, but I have to say something about this because it was the first thing I noticed: the frame rate. So now I think the definitive version of the original Hyrule Warriors on Switch, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that runs at 60 frames per second. This game, it has a very inconsistent frame rate, and I noticed it the minute that I started the first level of the demo. Once I started running as Link, I kind of noticed slowdown in unsuspected places. When there's a lot of enemies on screen, there's a lot of slowdown, and when there's environmental destruction, there's slowdown. And when I'm kind of just running from one point to the other, I just noticed like random bits of slowdown. So I just hope in the final product that they just kind of stabilize the frame rate. Even if it's like a smooth 30 and locked at 30, I could take that. But yeah, the inconsistent frame rate definitely kind of threw me off at first. But I will say, as I kind of progressed through the demo, I noticed it less and less. So it may not kill your experience, especially if you didn't play the original Hyrule Warriors. But that was the first thing I noticed right off the bat when I started the gameplay. On a positive note, let's kind of talk about some of the improvements they made. So, number one, the combat feels fantastic. Things feel a lot faster. Enemies' health drains a lot quicker, which was one of the issues that I had in the original Hyrule Warriors. I love what they did here. The game is still rocking the Breath of the Wild aesthetic, so if you like that aesthetic, this game has plenty of it, and this game looks great. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, the game looks fantastic. The environment, the way they recreated the map, it looks good. The combat is really good as well. It still keeps a lot of the elements from Breath of the Wild with putting the Hyrule Warriors twist on it. So I really love controlling Link, Impa. Zelda, not so much, but maybe she'll grow on me as a character as I get the final version of the game. But there are some improvements that they did make. So besides the weak you know, one of the issues that I had with the original Hyrule Warriors is that when you lower the enemy's, I guess, defense bar, and you do like the weak point attack in the original Hyrule Warriors, it's not a guaranteed kill. You know, you have to do it multiple times, which kind of makes battles drag on. What it seems like with Age of Calamity, it seems like the game really wants you to kind of keep things moving. So once you get that weak point notification in Age of Calamity, you can just use that attack and the enemy's gone. And you can continue on with the game. And I really enjoy that because it helps with the flow. Another thing that I really, oh my god, the one thing that I really love, is the is the stasis attacks. Yo, one of the biggest complaints I had in the original Hyrule Warriors is when you wanted to change weapons from a boomerang to a bomb to arrows, you literally had to stop and flip through a sub menu to get to those weapons. Now with the stasis moves, yo, everything is mapped to a button combination. So if I push the R and A button, I can do my ice. So if I can do the, and forgive me if I'm getting the combinations wrong, but if I do like the R and X, I have my, I think the R and X is the, I want to say it's the magnet, but either way, oh no, I think it's the bombs actually. I think it's the bombs. But either way, I love that because it keeps the game flowing. And that's the biggest thing I can say about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is that I feel like this game is just going to keep things moving in a way that the original Hyrule Warriors kind of fell short. Because Hyrule Warriors, even though it is a fun game, that game does drag at certain points. They kind of draw out boss fights, and I feel like this game may fix that issue. So we'll see once the final version comes out, but yeah. What else did I want to touch on? There was one more thing. Oh, the map. The map here is so much better. One issue I had in the original Hyrule Warriors is that sometimes it was hard to see where you're supposed to go on the map. Now in Calamity, if you press down on the left analog stick, assuming you're using the Joy-Cons or Pro Controller, you have different versions of the map directly on the gameplay. So if I hit it, you can get a condensed version of the map. If I hit it again, you get like an expanded version of the map, so you can actually see where you're supposed to go. Love that. That is a huge improvement that I absolutely love, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, yo, I just wanted to make a quick video talking about this. I didn't want to make this a super long, breakdown of the demo. I do plan on doing an actual review when this game comes out, so look forward to that. And with that being said, yo, I want to hear from y'all. If you played the demo, drop a comment down below. If you played the original Hyrule Warriors, let me know how you like Age of Calamity in comparison. I want to hear from y'all, man. So with that being said, I am out, and I thank you all for watching. Peace.